Hello everyone and welcome to the new Coach of Academy Lab Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez, ready for sim racing. Today we are on Phillip Island for the week 7 of the Valcanta Sports Car Challenge. As you can see, we are using the AMG GT4. As usual, first I should do a lap and then we are going to go through the details about this combo, including some look at Delta. So yep, let's get started. Alright, so we go for the lap around Phillip Island. So we just crossed the start finish line and then we are heading into the first corner. So it's a really quick corner, so it's very important to of course carry a lot of speed through this one, but at the same time being really precise on the entry to get the a good rotation. So yeah, the idea there is not going um to be um the idea there is not really to slow down that much the car on the entry, even if you need to slow it down a bit, but it's mostly about being really um, precise and good at getting the rotation on the brake, because as you can imagine, if you are just lifting and not really doing the right thing on the brake, and you just think that okay, I'm just going to put more steering wheel to make it turn, it's not going to work. You're going to lose a lot of time. So yeah, just by putting a tiny bit of brake, you're going to get the rotation, and then you will be able to carry a lot of speed. And at the same time, you will be able, by doing that, to get a good momentum out of this turn one, even if it's not a massive. You don't have a lot of distance between the next corner, but yeah, still, it's very important to carry a good amount of speed, especially when you are facing the exit of the corner. So yeah. So at first, when I'm going into this first corner, I'm just using the curb on the braking zone. And then as you can see, when the turns starts, so you can see the white line going straight. And then at that point, pretty much you see that the first corner starts. You can see the line going um, to the right. So yeah, when I'm starting to get to that point, I'm just releasing the throttle, going on the brake. And as you can see, I'm not braking that much. I'm just trying to um, slow down a tiny bit the car on the entry, but it's mostly about getting the rotation. As you can see, we are not using so much speed. I mean, we are just losing about 30 kph or so. So 30 to 40 kph. So it's not a massive braking zone. I mean, it's really about slowing down a tiny bit the car, but mostly about fighting the rotation. So as you can see, if I'm showing you delta, I'm just putting about yeah, I'm just putting about 25% or something, or 30% braking. And then as you can see, I'm just managing the brake. I'm just trying to put the right amount of braking depending of how feels the car. If I feel that the car is missing a tiny bit of rotation, I'm going to use more or less braking. And same, like if I feel that the car I'm braking too much, I will release the brakes, and yeah, it's just about managing the brakes pretty much when you're in the first half of the corner. And then, as you can see, once I'm reaching the middle of the corner, um, maybe you will see that better like this, I guess. So yeah, when I'm reaching the middle of the corner, then I'm going back on throttle. So yeah, I'm just really on the first half working on the brakes, trying to find the rotation, and then as you can see, when I see that the car is in the right position, I'm not going to get off on the exit. Then I can go on throttle. Of course, I need to manage a bit the throttle because if I'm going full throttle, there is there is a chance that I pick up some understeer. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not spending too much time um, with a bit of lift on the exit. Like I'm pretty early full throttle. So yeah. Then as you can see, I'm not trying to go too wide, even if I'm quite close. But the idea there is if you can avoid to go on the curbing and the gravel, of course, because then I need to move a tiny bit to the right to prepare the left-hander, which is a very long left-hander, which goes uphill in the first part and downhill in the second part. So yeah, the first part basically when I'm reaching I mean it's a bit more clear when you are like in this position. Maybe if you are closer, it's a bit more difficult, but yeah, you can see that the tire marks begins on the ground. It's not the best. I agree. It's not the best reference. I guess you can also use the line as well. You can see that the line goes a bit like straight at that point, and then just about there, I would say, you can see that it starts um to to take the shape of the corner, so a left-hander. So yeah, it goes to the left. So then, pretty much when the line starts to go to the left, I'm just releasing the throttle, going on the brake, and then as you can see, I'm just trying to stay close to the inside, but not too much because I want to go a bit wider, like mid corner, so then I can really go back on throttle and yeah, take a second apex, but this time with a lot of throttle, trying to carry a lot of momentum because as you can see, it's a long back straight starting from there. I hope you can see that, but yeah, or maybe you can see that a bit better on this track map. But yeah, when you're at that point, you have this long straight. It's quite long, so it's important to get a good momentum, and also because at the end you have an hairpin. So this is, I would say, maybe the safest place to overtake because then you also have this hairpin um, after this downhill left-hander. I mean, no, not really downhill, but after this left-hander, and it's a big downhill, and then you have the hairpins. But yeah, it's not the safest place to overtake. This is the safest place to overtake, and you have a massive straight before that, even if you have this left-hander. But yeah, it's a very long straight. So if you get a good momentum out of this one, then you have a chance for the hairpins. So this is why you have to make sure you can get early on the throttle to get the momentum. And as you can see, I'm really going early on throttle, maybe at 1/3 of the corner. I'm already using the throttle, so I'm not really trying to carry too much speed on the entry. Like, you can enter with much more speed than what I did, but then you end up having to hold the brakes for much longer, and then you just delay the moment you are going to get your momentum. So yeah, ideally you wanna brake a bit earlier, but then it allows you to go on throttle earlier and work and build your momentum out of this one. So yeah. So as you can see, if I can show you this from a bit closer, getting my first apex there. Then as you can see, I'm opening slightly the steering, so I end up going a bit wider. Just right there, it's not really mid corner. Actually, it's more the first half of the corner, and then I'm just going back to the inside, trying to get my second apex, and then as you will see, just going on throttle in the first third of the corner. So pretty much when I'm getting near the top of the crest, the top of the corner, pretty much, and then when I reach the top, I'm going on throttle, trying to manage as well. The idea there is not to go full throttle because, of course, then you will get some oversteer. But yeah, once I feel the car is settled and I can open the steering, as you can see, opening the steering, then I can go full throttle, and then I can just aim for the curbing on the exit. Then, like I said, you have this long straight, so if you've done things right, you should have a good momentum. And if you're a carrot, if you have a car at the front, then you have a chance at the hairpin. So for the hairpin, just looking at first at the 150, so the first line, I'm pretty much braking at 125, I guess, just in the middle of the two. That's how it feels, at least in the car. So as you can see, going on the curb, going on the brake, it's quite a deep braking zone actually. I'm braking quite a lot for that one. So yeah, it's the biggest, basically the biggest braking zone. As you can see, I'm not braking so much around the track. You just have 6 braking zone. So yeah, it makes it a very fast track. To be fair, but yeah, this one is quite important because yeah, like I said, this is the place maybe where most of the things are about to happen. So yeah, you can see deep on the brake, and then I'm just releasing the brake when I'm getting into the corner. So just about 87% of braking. And then as you can see, I'm just releasing the brake, dropping down to second. By the way, I think I didn't tell you the gears, but T1 was down to fifth, and turn 2 was down to third. So yeah, so just downshifting just before getting into the corner at T1, and then down to third. But it's quite natural. So yeah, I don't need really to teach you anything about this. Then down to second for the hairpin. So as you can see, I'm being patient on when I'm turning in. I'm just trying to not turn in too early because I want to make sure I can get a soft of late apex, so then I can open the steering early and put the power down. So yeah, it's important to not turn in too early, and also because it's quite easy then if you turn in too early to um, use the curb, like put the wheels on the curb, and then you are losing traction. So yeah, ideally you wanna be patient on the turn in, so then you can avoid the curb. At the same time, you have to not turn in too late, because then I think that the corner feels like it's a bit off camber. But yeah, it's ideally just make sure you are not turning in too too early. That's the thing to me. So then as you can see, releasing the brake, then going on throttle, trying to get my apex, and then opening the steering, going on the curb, on the exit, just using a slight amount of curb, then going back to the right, using also the curb, and then at the end of the curb, I will just go on the brake, and as you will see, then I will just use like a sort of wide line on the entry, so then I can do pretty much the same as what I've done in the airpin. Actually, it's pretty much the same approach. The corner is different, but the idea is the same. Also at the turn 2, actually, it's the same. You just go a tiny bit wider on the entry, so then you can open the steering. You can maybe mid corner use a bit more steering, but then you can really early open the steering on the exit and put the power down. So yeah, as you can see, end of the curbing, just going on the brake. I'm just going a tiny bit wide on the entry, but then more steering angle in the middle of the corner. But then, as you will see, I really open the steering quite early, going on throttle, and then when the steering is fully open or close to be fully open, I mean, at that point, it doesn't feel like it's that much steering angle, to be fair. Then I can go full power, and as you can see, manage the corner quite well. So yeah. Um, I don't know if there is anything else to tell you about this corner. Really, main target is to not arrive with too like way too much speed, because then yeah, if you end up going really wide, it's not good as well. You will run more distance, and you will be off the line basically. So yeah, and yeah, I don't think running like very close from there to the end of the corner is good as well. You will put more steering angle all the way around the corner, and you will also have to go slower. So yeah, I think going a bit wider on the entry, and then getting closer to the curb on the second part is a bit better. You can carry more speed through the corner, and it also helps you on the way out. So yeah, it was, I think it was a fourth gear corner, I believe. Let me check this. No, it was third as well. So yeah, third gear corner. Don't need to drop to second. Same with the Porsche actually. The M4 is also high gear. So anyway, with the M4 it's always the same. But yeah, with the Porsche, I was trying at first with second, but it wasn't feeling that good. I was losing time actually. Even if with the Porsche, most of the time, you tend to go really high on the revs to get the power, but yeah, it worked really nice with third. So yeah, even with the Porsche, you are using third, and actually you are gaining time compared to dropping to second. With the AMG, it's more natural to stay with third, but with the Porsche, it's for me at first it wasn't really natural to stay with third, but yeah, it ended up being better. So yeah. Then I guess we are entering the second half of the track. As you can see, going through the S's. Nothing to really worry about. So it's fully flat. Then we're approaching this corner, quite difficult because the grip is quite difficult to get. You really have to nail the speed through the corner. Too fast and you're losing grip. Too slow, you're losing time. I think this is a bit of camber as well, or it feels like it's a bit of camber, so it's quite tricky um, to really get a good momentum through the corner. So yeah, ideally, I'm braking just when I'm entering the tire max. Same, not so many references around the lap, so you have to use whatever you can. So yeah, I'm just using the beginning of the tire max on the track, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same as T1. You're not really trying to slow down massively the car. If I'm showing you this from Delta, it's really about slowing down a bit the car, but at the same time, you are just trying to find the rotation. That's the main thing. That's the main target you are looking at. This time, of course, you are going a bit later on the throttle, so it's um, mostly when you're entering the second part of the corner. So yeah, it's pretty much near um, the descent when you start the descent into this is a braking zone. So yeah. So at first, like I said, tire marks, going on the brake, and as you can see, I'm not going too deep on the brakes. It's just about 30% or something, I'm sure. So yeah, as you can see, peak braking, yeah, it's 30%. So yeah, it's just about trying to find the rotation. I'm not going too deep on the inside. I don't really want to run the curbs. I just stay off the curbs all the way, as you can see. So yeah, going a bit wider on the entry, and then I'm trying to reach the inside of the corner, and then on top of just before reaching the top of the crest, basically, yeah, you're just going on throttle, trying to get the momentum. But as you can see, I will also release a bit maybe not on this lap. No, actually, I stay full throttle. Okay, so yeah, I thought I was maybe releasing a bit of throttle on top of the crest to stick to the inside. But yeah, like I said, if you really find the grip, if you really manage to not carry too much speed, of course, if you carry too much speed, you will have to release a bit the throttle to get back to the left, because ideally you don't wanna cross the track from right to left, so and then turn to the right. Ideally, you wanna make sure you can stick all the way on the inside, so then you are on the left side of the track for the braking zone, and then you can dive into the hairpin. So yeah, and also you wanna make sure you are not entering too early into the right one. So yeah, of course, then it makes the thing a bit difficult if the car is in the middle of the track, for example, or closer to the right hand side of the track. So yeah. Um, so once again, close to the top of the crest. So yeah, I don't really have a reference, but yeah, it's tough to tell. But yeah, maybe there is a reference or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's really when you are getting close of the top of the crest. Yeah, I don't know, looking on the right and the left, but yeah, it's when you are close to the um, to the top of the crest. And anyway, I think this is something you are also doing by instinct when you feel that the car is going at the right speed, and you know that you can go on throttle. This is something you are doing anyway. So yeah, I guess if you feel that the car is on the inside and you are carrying the good amount of speed to make the corner easily, I guess you are going to go back on throttle by yourself. So yeah. I don't think I told you the gears for this one. I think I'm just up to fifth before, drop to fourth, and then yeah, third and second for the airpin. So yeah, using fourth for this one, and then on the braking zone, I'm going down to second. So yeah. Then as you can see, going to the left, like I said, trying to go as much as I can to the left side. Braking before the 50 board. I think braking at the 50 board is a bit too late, so I brake maybe at 60, I would say. 60 meters um, um, is quite good, because braking too late, of course, means you are arriving with so much speed, and ideally you want to make sure you can get the sort of tight exit on the hairpin. So yeah, if you are arriving with too much speed, you are likely to go too fast into the corner and won't be able to get tight on the exit. So yeah, once again, I think it's quite a big braking zone. So yeah, it's just about 80% or something. So yeah, it's quite a big braking zone. So as you can see, going on the brake, slowing down the car as much as I can. Then I'm just releasing the brake with second gear, and then going early on throttle when the car is on the curb. Basically, just going on throttle, trying to get the rotation, trying to get a sort of tight exit. As you can see, I'm not exiting the corner completely on the curb on the left. I'm just trying to keep the car in the middle of the track. Then going for the curb on the left-hander, just lifting a tiny bit, I guess, on the just before going on the curb. But then when I'm facing the exit of the corner, almost leaving the curb, then I'm going full throttle. So yeah, this part is quite important. And yeah, this is why I'm going a bit tighter on the exit of the hairpin, because it does really help for this left one. Of course, I can carry more speed if I arrive into it wider. So yeah, it's this is the reason why I'm doing what I do the corner before, because then it does really help me. And from the exit of this one, it's basically full flat out until turn one. So yeah, that's why it's very important to get a good second last corner, because if you get a good second last corner, then as you can see, it's fully flat out until turn one. So you can imagine how important it is to then have a good exit out of the hairpin, which gives you then a good momentum through this left one. So yeah, when I said in the different lap guides I'm making that you always need to think about the next corners, this is a nice example, because if I'm not having a good exit out of this one and I'm going much wider, I'm gonna have to slow down way too much for this one, and then I will compromise all this part. So maybe it's more than 1 kilometer. I guess it's 1.5 or something. It's a huge distance. You are going to lose time, and you are not only going to compromise your lap, this current lap, but you're also going to compromise the beginning of the next lap. So yeah, this is why it's very important to really think about what comes next. So yeah, and then like I said, off this corner, using the curb, and then as you can see, I'm just waiting, not not really trying to use all of the curb, but I'm really being patient to not turn in too early for this one, because then you are likely to get the curb on the inside, and it can make the car a bit unstable. And at the same time, this means if you are turning in too early, you will have to put more steering angle all the way through the corner, and you are going to lose time. So yeah, as you can see, it goes a bit on camber, I would say, and the descent makes it easier to get the rotation. So yeah, this is why it's good to be patient, because then you can minimize the steering angle, and you can carry more speed and make it safely. So yeah, this is how it is in the last corner. And yeah, we are already done for the lap on Phillip Island. Alright guys, so we're done for today. That was the week 7 lap guide of the Falcon Sports Car Challenge together with the AMG GT4 and Phillip Iron. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Coach Dave Academy channel and join the Discord server if you have any questions about all the work we are making. And from now, I see you next time for the week 8. See you next time. Bye bye.